Yeah, so for reaction, we want to bring in Georgia Congressman Buddy Carter. Congressman, great to have you on this morning. Just take us through the feeling in the chamber yesterday when Vice President Kamala Harris read the results.
Oh, it was obviously, for us Republicans, very ecstatic. I mean, the greatest political comeback in history right there before our eyes. And to be a part of it was quite an honor for me, and I think for all of us. And we were certainly glad that things went well. It was a smooth transition, and I have to compliment Senator Harris for her role in that as well, Vice President Harris.
So, Congressman, I do want to ask you about the reconciliation bill. President Trump has said he prefers one big, beautiful bill with energy, taxes, immigration all rolled into one. Some think it may be better off breaking it up into two. What do you think about that?
I think there are good points on both sides, and the president has actually wavered a little bit on this here in the last couple of days. Now, he did tell us at he sent the message to us at our conference on this past weekend that he wanted one big, beautiful bill, and I still think that is the way to go. However, there are advantages to a two-bill system as well, and speed is important. We met with some of the transition team last night with the Main Street Caucus, and they emphasized that speed is important here. We need to get this done. The American people have sent us a mandate. They want to see the first 100 days. They want to see us come out with this and with this reconciliation package and get some things done.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know that you serve on the Energy and Commerce Committee, and just yesterday, President Biden banning new oil and gas drilling along most U.S. coasts, affecting the entire eastern seaboard, essentially. Trump saying this is making the transition difficult and promises it will be changed on day one. So what would this do to the economy here in the U.S.?
Well, you know, the first thing Joe Biden did when he got into office was to declare war on American energy. And of course, that is one of the things that Donald Trump has promised, and the mandate that American people have given us is to unleash American energy. You know, to put a hold on 625 million miles of coastline is not good policy. It's not good policy anytime, but particularly when the cost of living is as high as it is right now. And yes, President Trump will have to reverse that, and he will reverse it. But this is another example of the Biden administration giving in to the radical environmentalists who would rather see us destroy American energy and have high cost of living like we do now and like we have for the last 4 years. Donald Trump's going to change that course.
Congressman, so to your point, obviously, if President Trump undoes it through an executive order, the radical left environmental groups are going to sue him, and it will be tied up in the courts for years. Do you also see Congress adding this maybe into the reconciliation package? Because that would undo it immediately and take the courts and they're slow walking it out of the process.
Absolutely. That is certainly an option, and I think one that will be looked at very carefully because, after all, that's what the reconciliation package, one of the main factors, one of the main parts of the reconciliation package is going to be to unleash American energy. After all, that's what 77 million Americans voted for Donald Trump to do. They wanted him to unleash American energy, to secure that border, to decrease the cost of living, and to secure our cities and make them safe again. So we've got our marching orders, and we've got to follow through on that.
Yeah, absolutely. And Congressman, we also spoke with your colleague this morning, Mike Collins, who is reintroducing the Laken Riley Act for the 119th Congress. The legislation did pass the House last year, as we know, but it stalled then in the Senate. Now with Republicans controlling both chambers, do you expect it to pass?
Do expect it to pass, and it needs to pass. And look, we are still reeling in the state of Georgia from what happened at our flagship university to this wonderful young lady who was studying to help people, to be a nurse. And you know, our thoughts and prayers are still with her family. This is something that we're going to keep on our minds in the state of Georgia for many, many years to come. And it's just something that should have never happened, particularly in Athens at our flagship university.
Yeah,
absolutely right. Congressman Buddy Carter, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you.